What's going on, guys? It's Sean, and today we are going to be working on plasti-dipping the mirrors. Now, this is something that I've done before, and you can do this for a bunch of reasons. The reason I did it on my car, my Infiniti G35, was because the paint on it was old and it was fading, oddly not like the rest of the car. So I just went over it with a black Plasti-Dip, and I like the look of it anyway better. Right now I'm going to be doing it on the truck, and I'm doing it on the truck because we had to replace the one mirror because it broke, and we got a replacement black one back. So the other one we're just going to Plasti-Dip black to make them both black, which I think looks better anyway. So let's get out there and do it. So step one, we do need to be working with a dry surface, and if you can notice, it is wet outside. But I went and I dried the area with a towel a little bit ago, just so it would actually be dry by the time I actually start doing this. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna want to get what I left inside. The dog's gonna come over. Get our painter's tape. And you don't need to have great painter's tape for this. I do, just because that's what I had around the house. But cheap is fine because we will be doing some peeling anyway. Other than that, what we'll need is a little bit of newspaper, and that should be swell. Alright, so the first layer I'm going to do is right around the area where I'm going to actually tape. And then I'm going to put newspaper around it and fill in those gaps. And I'm also going to put the tape around the actual mirror part here. Now that we have all this very sufficiently covered, I like to go overboard just because it's annoying to clean up overspray, even though it isn't a problem with Plasti-Dip. On here, make sure you have all that covered. Try to tuck it around the edges. I'm having problems because it's a little damp outside right now. Make sure to move it back and forth to try to get as much covered, and so let it be mobile so you can get in here so that doesn't stay the color of the vehicle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to once again go over this and make sure it's perfectly clean, and then we will get the dip and go from there. Next we're going to take our Plasti-Dip, and I have two fancy new cans right here. We're actually going to heat them up a smidgen with a hair dryer or whatever sort of heating thing you have. If you have a heat gun, great. If you want to sit them next to a heater, go for it. But this is just what I'm going to do. Lightly moving over it just for a couple minutes to, you know, wake up the dip. Now the dip is nice and warm. We want to shake it up. And we want to do this as we're heating it up, and do this for about 5 minutes because it does really need to be shaken up well. Alright, then after we're done shaking, I like to do a few just kind of test sprays, and then just kind of go for it. We're going to do it lightly, and do not try to cover the whole thing in one go. Alright, now I'm going to call that good for coat one. Then we're going to let it sit like that for just about 10 minutes before I come back and do another one. I'm actually going to let it go a little bit longer because it's moist outside. Alright, so after 10 minutes I went ahead and did another coat. Make sure when you're spraying, you spray from all different directions. Don't just do this way. Make sure go up and down. From the bottom, try to get every single angle possible. Also pay attention to inside here. Those are some spots that are hard to get, and in the middle here, it's another spot that's hard to get. But I'm gonna let it dry for another 10 minutes and then go back at it with another coat. Alright, so I just finished the third coat. I like to take a light and kind of look around to see where it's not normal. You'll see these lines that you get from just where you start. That's why I like to try to start off and kind of work my way onto it. But so far, this is looking pretty good. When it dries up, it'll look even better. Right now, I've done 3 coats. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more depending on how it looks. So another 10 minutes. Here we go. Alright, so after my final coat, which I just did 4, I'm gonna let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna go for 30 because it's moist outside. But if it's not, then closer to 20 will be alright. Because actually you don't want it to be too set when you try to peel the excess off. So let's wait that 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, now after that amount of time, what we're going to do is I'm going to take off the newspaper that isn't directly around it. Try to keep some still around the mirror. So I'm going to set you down, do that. So I'm going to take a little knife like this, and I'm just going to go around the edges and cut the dip. Try to get all around it. Then should be able to take this off. Not too much of a problem. Still be careful and watch it as you do it. Make sure you don't pull any of it off. There we go. Take this off. Now it's best to use a microfiber for this, but I don't really have any actual pieces of dip, but if there is residue that didn't get caught with a newspaper or something, if you just rub it a few times over with a microfiber, it will come off. And there we go, just like that. We have ourselves a black mirror. And that now matches the other black mirror. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button for my channel. I have a bunch of car related stuff, especially with my Infiniti G35. So please hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a bunch. As I always say, guys, I'm just Sean being Sean. Just being me. Just be you. Get your flip.